Rise and face the east.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malach Wafka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawal, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nafandanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawafnawa, Kasalakanawa, Kabawafyanawa, Wala'ah, Tabaya'aynawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashaynawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahapapara, Iwalamyam, Aman.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever.
So be it. And the prayer for the power Yahweh. Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai. Baba Kushah. Nafandanawa. Haka. Lara Pa'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Madawa. Haka. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Haka. Arakawa. Haka. Lahakoyam. Hamafyam. Haka. Arakawa. Hatama Allah. Nagarashan. Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai. The water Aman.
In English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you.
So be it. And the blessing, Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa
Yahweh Shai.
Wa
Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Mata Zabi'ah. Allah Wapyahana. Ha Alawapyam. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwatazayanyam. Ha Kayayayam. Wa Akwafyam. Yahweh. Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai. The water Aman.
And in the English, bless you Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angel. Commanding General Yehana. The general. The captain. The officer. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you.
So be it. Psalms 121. Asha Ayanya. Al-Hahayim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shemaka, Hanala'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamah, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ayakayaka, Wayarak, Walayala, Yahweh, Yashamaka, Makaurai, Yashama, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashama, Taza'afka, Wabawa Ayaka, Ma'aita, Wa'aid I will love, Aman.
I will lift up mine eyes.
Unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
My
help cometh from Yahweh.
Which
made heaven and earth.
He
will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
So be it. Psalm 83. Alahayim. Al-Damayalaka. Al-Thakurash. Wa Al-Thashakwat. Al-Kayahana. Awab Yakar. Yahama Yawan. Ra'ash. Al-Imakar. Ya'ira Yamwa. Sawadah. Wayatha Yawa'ai Tazawa. Al-Tazar Pawanyaka. Amawa. Lakawa. Wanyakakidam. Magaya. Wala'a Yazakar. Sham Yasha'ala. Iwada. Kaya. Nawa'ai Tazawa. Laba. Yakadwa. Al-Yakar. Bayak. Yakawafwa. Alahaya. Adawam. Wa Yashama'alayam. Mawa'aba. Wahagayam. Gabal. Wa'aimawan. Wa'aimalak. Palishaf. Aimyashabya. Tazawa. Gum Ashawa. Nalawa. Aimam. Hayawa. Zarawai. Labanya Lawat. Selah. Aishalaham. Kamadian. Kasaya Surah. Kayabian. Banakar. Kwayashwan. Nashamadwa. Bayandara. Hayawa. Daman. La Adama. Shayatamwa. Nadar Yabmawa. Ka'ira. Because of Buck. Wakatazal Manai. Kaunasaya Kamwa. Asha. Amawa. Nayarasha. Lanawa. Na'awa. Alahayam. Shayatamwa. Kagalgala. Kakwash. Lapanya Rakar. Ka'ash. Taba'aya Yara. Wakalabak. Talahat. Hayam. Khan. Daradakma. Basa Iraka. Wabasawa Pafka. Tabalaham. Mala'a. Panyaham. Kwalawan. Wayabakwashwa. Shamka. Yahawa. Yabashwa. Wayaba'awa. Aidi. Wayakapawa. Wayababa. Abadwa, Wayad the Iwa, Kaya Atha, Shamka, Yahweh, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kahar Araktaza, Aman.
In the English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
thine
enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against.
And consulted against.
Thy hidden ones.
Thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come. And let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more in remembrance.
May be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
And
the Hagarine.
Gabor
and Ammon.
And
Amalek.
The
Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zayeb. Yea. All their princes as Zabah. And as Zalmunna. Who said, let us take to ourselves. The house of the Most High in possession.
The houses of the Most High in possession.
O my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind.
As
the fire burneth a wood.
And
as a flame. Setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. And troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Of the Most High. Over all the earth. So be it. Curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses. And punishments and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Thy prophets. The teachers. The princes. The priests. The Israelite brothers. And the school. Send evils and curses. And punishments and destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose. The treasure of the rich of Israel. That refuse to give to the school. Force their riches. To enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. And punishments and destruction. To the Edomites. And the nation. And their drug dealers. The court system. The prison system. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. Amalek synagogues and armies. Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. militia,
Ku
Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, Skinheads, Pasikomatasi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airwaves, the cable access channel, and the radio channel, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh shine. Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Call it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Call it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Call them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you always. So be it. Yeah. As you can see, it's cold out there. Like what it says in Psalms 80. No, which Psalm is it? Yeah, in one of the Psalms anyway, can't remember exact verse. It goes, "Who can resist this cold?" Meaning, when the Lord makes it cold, listen, you can't fight against it, man. You can be out there for 1 hour, 2 hours, but you will reach time where your resistance runs out, man. And you gotta go inside next to that heater, man. You know what I mean? So Akim, it's cold out there. Stay warm. If you got cars, make sure the antifreeze is good, the oil's good. You know what I mean? If you damn there, make sure your gas is paid. You know what I mean? Make sure the electric bill's paid, and stay warm as much as you can. You know what I mean? So with that being said, we're gonna catch up to where we was last week. Deuteronomy 8. All right, Deuteronomy 8. Yeah, Deuteronomy 8 and 17. No, 8 and 18. Okay.
Deuteronomy 8 and 18. Wazar Karaf Ata Yahweh Alahayaka Kaya Ahwa'a Ha Nathan Laka Kaka La'ai Shawaf Kaya La Ma'ain Hakwayam Ata Bara Yatawa Ata Nashabai La'a Bathak Kayawam Hazar and Pa. Wahaya Shakak Sashakak Atha Yahweh Alahayaka Waha Lakaf Akaraya Alahayam Akarayam Wa'ai Badatham Waha Shata Kawa Waha Shata Kawa Yata laham wa I dathaya bakam hayawam kaya abba tha'a badawan tha'a badawan. What's it again? Tha'a badawan. Kagawayam Asha Yahawa Ma'a Bayad Mapan Yakam Khan Ta'a Badawan Iqab La'a Thasha Ma'ai Wan Bakwal Yahawa Alahayakam. Deuteronomy 9 and 1. Shemai Yasha Allah Atha Iba Hayawam Atha Hayaradan La Ba'a Lara Shaf Gayawam the Gayam Gadalyam Wa'ai Tazar Mayam Mamad Irayam Gadal Latha Waba Tazara Ba Shemayam. I'm Gadawal Waram Banya Ainakoyam Asha Ata Ya the Aitha Wa'atha Shemaitha Maya Yatha Yatazab La Panya Banya Ainakwa. Waya the Aitha Hayawam Kaya Yahawa ala Hayaka Ha Waya Ha'ai Bara La Panyaka Ash Akal Akala Hawa'a Yashamayadam Waha Wa'a Yakan Ya'im Lapanya Waha Warashtam Waha Abadaf Waha Abadatham Shama Shaha Maha Ka'asha Daba Yahawa Laka. Al Tha'ama Ba Lababak Baha Da Yahawa Alahayaka Atam Ma Lapanya La'ama Batazar the Quaf Ba Tazadak Taya Haba Ya Anaya Yahawa La Rashta Ash Ata Ha Arataza Haza Af Babarash Aita Haga Wayam Ha Al Ha'al Yahawa Mawa Rayashtam Mapanyaka. So Deuteronomy 8 and 18 was it?
That's right.
And it reads, but thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
So the Lord's reminding us that he gives us the power to get wealth. So when we're in this land wealthy, just remember who got you there.
That's right.
Remember who gave you that wealth, which is the point of this verse right here. Reader.
If I may, sir.
Yeah, go.
Okay. It also goes to them people that don't want to pay tithes, man. They act like it's their money. I ain't paying no tithes. I want to know where my tithes are going. Listen, the Lord could make you crippled tomorrow in a wheelchair. Therefore, you can't make no money, man. Therefore, you got to worry about paying tithes, man. Listen, the white man will be giving you money. He'll be giving you disability checks, man. You know what I mean? You think it's your money. I ain't giving my hard-earned money, so I must give 10%. I don't know where it's going. Listen, the Lord is the reason why you got 2 arms and 2 feet, and you're able to go to work, man. Listen, the Lord could take that away for you tomorrow. Have you on crutches, man? And listen, you won't be paying no tithes, man. You won't be paying no tithes, and you won't be playing football, and you won't be walking up the stairs, and you'll be given a free mobility scooter from the government. Listen, they'll be paying you, man. Listen, they'll be giving you 10%. So
Nah. Listen, what the officer said is right. You know, the Lord, He gives you that power, and with that power, show Him respect by paying your tithes. Show Him that respect by giving your 10%. Or, you know, of course, it's up to the Lord. He'll make sure you make no money, man. And you'll wish that money you had, you was giving 10%. You wish you even had 90% of what you could have had. Reader.
That He may establish His covenant, which He sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day.
Reader.
And it shall be, if thou do all forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them, that I testify you this day, that ye shall surely perish.
There you go. And the Lord's warning us that I'm testifying, meaning I'm witnessing this against you. I'm saying this, that if you go and serve other gods, you are going to perish off this land. Off this land, you ain't going to be here anymore. And that's what you see right now, man. That's why we're in England. We're not underland. We're in America. We're in Jamaica, Brazil, Canada, Haiti. Wherever we are the people that perished off that land because we didn't want to serve our God. And He testified, meaning, I'm telling you this. I'm a witness to this. I'm telling you, listen, you start serving other gods, you lot are going to leave this land. And we are living a prophecy, man. The people that are in another land because we didn't want to serve our God. Reader.
Verse 20. As the nations which the Lord destroyeth before your face, so shall ye perish, because ye would not be obedient unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So what's the Lord saying? The Lord's saying, the same way you're going to kick those nations out, I'm going to get it done to you, man. And that happened by the Babylonians, the Persians and the Medes, the Romans, the Greeks. Like how we kicked out the Amorites, the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and many other nations by what? War? Via war, we're going to get kicked out the same way. And the Babylonians did it, man. Took enough of us out of the land. The Assyrian Empire, they took out 10 tribes, man. The Persians and the Medes, the Greeks Hellenized us. Some of us lived in Asia Minor. Then the Romans, man. And then what happened? They sacked us in 70 AD, man. We perished that same way, like how we kicked out many nations. And it happened. Reader.
Chapter 9, verse 1. Hear, O Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this day, to go in and possess nations greater and mightier than thyself.
So what does it mean by greater and mightier than thyself? Because we have the Lord. It means the technology they have, man. Remember, we was in the wilderness. These people got, body armor, swords made out of metals that we haven't encountered yet or we're not working with. Got fence walls, So they are a greater because they're more established. They've got houses, fence cities, high walls. That's what makes them great. Not them themselves, just the situation they are in. Reader.
Come. Cities, great and fenced up to heaven.
There you go. That's what makes them greater than us. We're in the wilderness. We are a people living in tents. They got walls, thick walls, man. High up to heaven. It doesn't literally mean high up to heaven neither, by the way. It just means it's really high, basically. Meaning you look up to heaven, and that wall is high, man. That's all it means. And to give you a bit of a history lesson, them walls weren't thin neither, man. Them walls were thick like this desk right here and high.
I think you could walk on them too, innit?
You could walk on them.
Yeah, it wasn't like a regular wall like today. When you actually walk on it, keep security on it.
There you go. You mean those ancient walls were thick? You could walk on them. So imagine a thick wall and it's high. You mean for you to penetrate that wall, it takes some effort, man.
Like the wall of China was the same.
Like that.
That's a path, the road to, innit?
A road too, so you can walk in it so that with your armed men, they can walk in scouts on that wall. So it's big and thick. It's not just that one man can walk, meaning people can walk on that wall and it's high.
So that.
You can screenshot that. So we use example the Great Wall of China. That would be an exceeding wall, and you'll see how thick it is as well. It's not like the wall that is for your front garden. You know what I mean? These walls, years were invested into it, which we'll show you in a second. So there you go, man. That's how thick those walls are. So imagine that the people that we are gonna exile out of the land, they have walls like that, man. And guess what? Even with those walls, they're gonna lose anyway, man. Reader.
Another one, Khan. Verse 2. A people great and tall, the children of the Anakims.
So now there's a tribe called the Anakims in that land, and they're great and tall. So in their family bloodline, whatever you want to use, in their genetics, they're really tall. Now, why does being tall mean something then? Because it's not like now where you have a gun. A gun doesn't care if you're short, tall, old, young. Imagine this. Someone's tall. So what does that mean? With that sword they have, it's going to be longer, man. That a shield they have is going to be big.
That jab got more reach, man.
And with that sword jab, it's got more reach. With that a thrust, is what you do the sword. With that thrust, it's going to be longer than yours, man. That's why being tall back then meant something, because your weaponry would match you. So being tall back then was more relevant because it meant something. It's not like now with guns where who cares. Back then, when you fought with a sword, if someone's taller than you, their sword's bigger than yours, man. Their swing and their reach, their saban when they're swinging that sword, it's gonna be bigger than yours.
It's like so. Also, it's not just one tall man in the army. It's an army full of tall people. Like you see that shit, you piss yourself, man. But you know what? I can't deal, man. So, like,
yeah, there you go. And when they're tall, with the a shield they've got, that's big and square, and that. You know what I mean? If you ain't got a gun, that is smoke you don't want, man. You're gonna choke on that smoke then. You know what I mean? You don't want that. And that's why it means something. So many people read the Bible, yeah, but they're tall. What does that mean? Well, if you're going back to a time where guns weren't invented, you being tall, that meant something, man.
That's right.
You had to actually deal with them physically. And that was the emphasis here, that it's a nation of people that are tall. So big spears, big swords, big shields, helmets. That's a problem. But guess what? We're gonna win anyway, man. Read on.
Children of the Anakims, whom thou knowest, and whom thou hast heard say, who can stand before the children of Anak?
There you go. I mean, many people said it in the past. Who can stand before the children of Anak? So meaning they had wars and they won them, and they had a reputation. Like, who can beat them, man? Imagine an army full of tall Africans, big spears. If he's 8 foot, his spear's like at least 6 foot. So you got no chance. Your sword is like 5'2". So you know what I mean? You're dead, man. He's thrusting you. Your sword's well off. You know what I mean? He's got you in the chest. Your sword's back here, nowhere near him. And that's why people like, who can stand before them, man? Who can beat them? Reader.
So it's like when man in the barbershop talking, you're like, yo, who can beat Man U, man? That's known like that they're the best team.
There you
untouchable.
Go.
It's like man talking about AJ in the barbershop. Everyone's like, who can beat him, man? It's untouchable. You know what I mean? His victories are flawless. And that was the Anakims back then. There were people that was known, like even in conversation, it was who can beat them. It was known you can't beat them. It's impossible. Leave them alone. And the Lord said, these same men that everyone knows you can't beat, I'm gonna make you beat them.
There you go, and that's the power of the Lord, man. That what man thinks cannot happen, the Lord will make it happen, man. Remember, every nation round about saying you can't beat the children of Anak, but the Lord's saying you are, though, man.
That's right.
Even though everyone kind of knows, listen, you can't beat them, the Lord's going to do something marvelous, and you are going to beat people that are virtually unbeatable. And that's what the Lord does, man. Like with David and Goliath, man. You know what I mean? Really, in a world without the Lord, Goliath would win every time. But when you add the Lord in the mix, Goliath will lose, man.
That's right.
Reader.
Another one. Car. Verse 3. Understand, therefore, this day, that the Lord thy God is he which goeth over before thee.
There you go. So now, that's why the next part's saying, understand this. Meaning, yes, they got high walls, there's the Anakim, but listen, I'm going before you, man.
That's right.
That's the nuclear weapon right there, man. Me.
That's right.
Yes, they got high walls. You got some of them really tall warriors. But listen, your victory is me. It's not them. It's not nothing you got. Our victory is the Lord. And that's the point he's making. Reader.
Car. As a consuming fire, he shall destroy them.
There you go. As a fire, meaning it's going to burn them up, man. He's going to destroy them. And they won't stand no chance. Reader.
And he shall bring them down before thy face.
They're meaning you're going to see them be brought down.
That's right.
You're going to see it. You're going to have a war with them. You're going to see them running. Some lanky, knife African running or long, you know what I mean? You're going to see it and go, damn, that's the Lord, man. In a world without the Lord, we should lose. We should be dead. And look, they're running. You know what I mean? Why? Because the Lord brought them down before your face. Reader.
It's like, so for me, like that's what it is. Like serving the Lord. If you be the truth long enough, you'll see your enemies fall, and it's mad because they don't just fall. You see them fall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? You don't. Or you hear about them fall. The people that left the truth, whatnot, and it's not a thing like they're eating out of a trash can. You see them eating out of a trash can. You see the enemies that come against truth, come against you. You actually see them fall. Some will tell someone say, you know him, yeah, man. It's weird now, man. It's crazy now. He's lost his mind now. Or people that come against you that might sack you, whatever. You actually see them fall. You see them go hospital and do stuff like that. Like Comanche had said that all the policemen that gave him tickets all died in 9/11, man.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to put out the fire. Like you actually see it. That's the mad thing about it. You don't just go, oh, I wonder what happened to him. Well, who knows? You actually see it happen before your face.
There you go, man. Why? Because there's a reason why you need to see it so that you know that God is real, man. You know what I mean? It can happen, but you need to see it to go, you know what? I need to carry on serving God, man.
That's right.
If he did this, what else would he do for me if I continue, man? If I carry on, what else will the Lord do for me? Reader.
So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as the Lord have said unto thee.
Yeah, man. So the Lord's saying you're gonna win. Don't be afraid. Don't, get bedazzled by heights and walls. Listen, man. You're going to get that land because I'm going before you, meaning I'm in front of you. When you go out to war, the Spirit of the Lord, he's the commander, man. He's out in the army. And that's why they can never win. That's why they will never win no matter what they have, no matter how physically or no matter how tall they are. Those things don't matter when you serve the Lord.
That's right.
Anymore.
One more verse. Verse 4. Speak not in thine heart after that the Lord thy God have cast them out before thee, saying, for my righteousness the Lord have brought me into possess this land.
So now the Lord's saying, when they are gone, don't say within your heart, meaning yourself, listen, I got this land because I kept all those commandments, man. I was righteous because we wasn't. You read in Deuteronomy, which we're reading right now. You read in Numbers and Leviticus. We was rebellious the whole time. There's nothing we did that really we even deserve this land.
That's right.
Reader.
But for the wickedness of these nations, the Lord doth drive them out before thee.
And imagine that. The Lord saying, You ain't getting this land because you're righteous. I'm kicking them out because they're wicked.
That's right.
So because of their abominations, sacrificing their sons and daughters, you mean all of the marks upon their flesh, all of the drinking of blood, I'm kicking them out because of what they're doing, but it's not because you're righteous. Just that their wickedness is grieving the Lord on His holy land, and He wants them gone.
Like for me as well, just like with the oppressor, man, the Edomites. You know what I mean? They got to rule over us not because they was great, not because they were stronger, not because they was righteous, because we was wicked. We didn't want to listen to God, so God used them as a belt to beat us, man. It wasn't that they was great, stronger, and they were so mighty. God used them to take over the whole world, get satellites, tanks, just so that we will come back to God, man. So we can look at them and say, you know what? I want some of that, man. What do I got to do to get some of that? And we found out what to do, and that's why we're going to come back to God, man.
That's right. That's right. Any more?
No, 7 years.
How much time?
20.
No, sir. I read another 7 and then. No, sir.
Verse 5. La'ah ba tazadak taka baba yasha la babak ata na'a la rashaf ata aratazam kaya barash aita hagawam wa Allah Yahweh Alahaya ka mawa raya ash dum mapan yaka wala ma'ain hakwam ata hadaba asha na shabai Yahweh la'a baf yaka la'a barayam la'a barayam la yatazakwa wa la ya'ikwa. Waya da aita kaya la'a ba tazadak daya Yahweh alahayaka natan laka asa ha'arataza hatawaba ha za'af la rashata kaya aim kwasha ayrapa asa zakar al tashakak asa asha hakwa tazapaf ata Yahweh alahayaka ba madaba la laman ha yawam asha yataza af ma arataza ma tazarium I'd it's over it. I'd over.
That's right.
But akam I'd ma ha makwam haza mama rayam hayatam I'm Yahweh. Waba karab hakwa taza patam ata Yahweh waya da anapa Yahweh bakam laha shama yada athakam wa ail atha hahara lakwa kata lawakwaf ha'a banayam lawakaf ha dabayafa asha karaf Yahweh ayamakam wa ashab baha arabayam yawam wa rabayam la yala The Lakam, La'a, Aka, Lataya, Wamayam, La'a, the Shah, Yathaya.
That's me in this case.
Verse 10. Wayatan, Yahweh, Alahaya, Ata, Shana, Shanya, La Wa, Lawakaf, Ha'a, Banya, Katha, Baya, Ba'a, Tazab, Ba'a, Tazabai, Alahayam, Wa'al, Laha, Kakao, Ha, Dabayam, Asha, Daba, Yahweh, Imakam, Baha, Batawak, Ha'ash, Bayawam, Da Kwaha. Verse 11. Wayahaya, Makwataza, Hara, Ba'ayam, Yawam, Waha, Raba'ayam, Layala, Nathan, Yahweh, Alahaya, Ata, Shanya, Lakaf, Ha'a, Banayam, Lakawaf, Haba, Yatha.
Sir?
Yeah. That's 5 to 11.
Okay, most incorrect. So I write it down in the English.
So go, not for thy righteousness or for thy uprightness of thine heart dost thou go to possess their land, but for the wickedness of these nations thy God does drive them out before thee, and that he may perform the word which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
There, so the Lord reiterating, I'm not doing it for you. Like you wasn't outstanding. I'm doing it because these nations that are there now, they're so wicked. And I kept a promise with your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. So the Lord's making us know that, listen, like, you wasn't great at all. You that was terrible. But you know what I mean? I kept a promise. And the nation that is there now, they're wicked. That's why this is happening. This is happening because of their wickedness, not for you. Reader.
Understand therefore that the Lord thy God giveth thee not this good land to possess it for righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people.
And break it down some more. You're stiff-necked, man. Anything I've said, you've rebelled. Anything I've said, we have rebelled. And to be stiff-necked meaning what? You're resisting it. Imagine someone trying to turn your head and you're like, no. You know what I mean? You're making your neck stiff. That's how we was, man. The Lord gave us instruction and our necks got stiff, man. Didn't want to hear it. Didn't want to do it. Always made an excuse. Rebelled against Moses in the wilderness. That was the people that we was, man.
That's right.
Reader.
Remember and forget not how thou provoked the Lord thy God to wrath in the wilderness, from the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt until ye came unto this place. Ye have been rebellious against the Lord.
There you go. Just like what I said, from the time of the wilderness, been rebellious, man. Rebelled against everything. God says, don't take the land yet. We're going to go up. Died. Don't do this. Did it. Died. You know, you can read about it from Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Reader.
That's right. Also in Horeb, you provoked the Lord to wrath, so that the Lord was angry with you to have you destroyed. Verse 9, Slakia. When I have gone up into the mount to receive the tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant which the Lord made with you, then I abode in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. I neither did eat bread nor drink water. And the Lord delivered me 2 tables of stone written with the finger of God.
So now, of course, in the book of Numbers, you can know Exodus, where he was up there getting the tables of the covenant. And what did we do? We rebelled again, man. Remember, this ain't like now where you can just call someone on the Samsung S10 or the fancy iPhone or something. This is a time where if you don't see someone, you don't know. So remember, he's in a mountain getting the laws for 40 days, and people started going, "Is he dead?" You know, you know what I mean? And maybe he died on the journey. Like you know, where is this man?
A mountain's big to your far. You say mountain?
Yeah, mountain,
far.
big, far, vast.
People drive up mountains. It takes time. Like, you see a man walk up a mountain, you think, oh, he's gone. Like, probably got killed by a bear on the way up. Like, where's he gone, man?
Yeah. So you know, in their carnality, they're like, "Where is he?" You know what? We need the God to worship. You know what? Let's worship those Egyptian gods. And in their impatience, they went back into the ways of Egypt, man. Read on.
Oh, God. And the Lord delivered me 2 tables of stone, written with the finger of God, and on them was written according to all the words which the Lord spake with you in the mount, out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly.
Read on.
And it came to pass at the end of 40 days and 40 nights that the Lord gave me 2 tablets of stone, even the tables of the covenant.
So now the tables of the covenant, meaning that those stones confirm the covenant we had with the Lord. It's like anything. It's like a contract. You know what I mean? Now, of course, now you don't get a paper contract no more. What's it called? A e-signature.
Yeah, the Adobe team, you just click the button.
Yeah, so meaning it's done electronically, but you know, you give it 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, you had a paper contract. That is the table of a covenant right there, meaning, listen, these are the terms, conditions, this is what you do, and you sign, man. And we had one that was written by the finger of God, man, in 2 tables of stone. Read us.
That was it, sir.
That was it.
All right, I got a question online. It says, Shalom, bros. I'm pleased for bringing the word out of the Most High. I am new to this channel. I couldn't help but notice there's a few wine canters on the table.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm assuming you're saying it's wrong to drink wine from that statement, is what you're trying to say.
Or it's wrong to do it while you're doing the Sabbath Service.
But, okay, so...
Numbers 28 and 7.
Read that.
And the drink offering, therefore, shall be a 4th part of a hin.
So hang on now. In the Bible, there was a drink offering. Now, of course, the Lord doesn't take your drink. A priest does. You're offering it. So the priest drank wine, and a normal citizen, he would give them that wine. It was a drink offering, meaning you're offering to give him drink.
That's right.
So, you know, all throughout the Bible, there's even another verse in Deuteronomy where it says wine and strong drink, meaning there's wine and then there's strong drink, which would be your Jack Daniels, Hennessy's, more, you know what I mean? Obviously, it's not wine, but it's another strong beverage, basically.
For the one lamb in the holy place, thou shalt cause the strong wine to be poured unto the Lord for a drink offering.
There you go, man. In the holy place, man. Meaning it's the priest. The priest pour that drink in the holy place. And who's drinking it? The priest, man. So meaning in that place, have a drink, man. So wine is in the Bible. Drinking is in the Bible. Being a drunkard is unlawful.
That's right.
So when you're drunk and you wet the bed, that is a sin, man. When you're drunk and you take your car and you do all kind of madness, those things are sins. But to have a drink, it is lawful, and it's found all throughout the Bible. Right?
Because furthermore, the men, I think it's implying that the priest can't drink, like, you know, the man doing the service. We just read it here that the priest had a drink in the holy place.
That's right.
Meaning while he's working, when you read the Bible talking about giving a pledge to the Lord or giving something to the Lord, it means you give it to the priest, man. When the Bible goes give your tithes to the Lord, you don't give it to the Lord, man. You give it to the priest. When Samuel's mom said she had to give Samuel to the Lord, she gave Samuel to the priest, man. When the Bible talks about give a pledge, the Bible goes you can give anything to the Lord, but house and land and so forth.
Well,
who do you think took it? The priest took it, man.
Okay, and I want you to think about this. If you give a house to the Lord, what is the Lord going to do with that house, man?
That's right.
He's in the heavens, and what? He's going to make, how does it even work? It's common that really, yes, you gave it to the Lord, but guess what? That priest works in the name of the Lord, man. So that house is his now, man. And whatever he decides to do with it, that's what he will do.
It's like if you're a Christian, which I don't condone, and you say I'm going to give my life to the Lord, does that mean you're going to slit your throat and float to heaven? No, I don't, man. It means that from now on you're going to start going to church, man. It means from now on you're going to start,
do what
the pastor says, man. And likewise, you give something to the Lord, you give it to the men of the Lord, man. So okay, anyway,
that is excellent, man. So with that, I Madiam. Then the rise and face the east. Prayers.
The Lord's Prayer, Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Rise face the east. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malach of Ka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazah. Kawal. Hayah. Ba Shemayim. Nafandanawa. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wa Salaknawa. Kabawafnawa. Ka Salaknawa. Kabawafnawa. Wala'ah. Tabaya'inawa. Banda Sayawan. Abba. Hawashainawa. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahapapara. I will love you. Amen.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debt. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. And the prayer for the power that have come. Yahweh. Bahashem Yahawashi. Baba Kushah. Nafandanawa. Hakak. Lara Pa'al. Kal Makala. Bakal Madawa. Hakak. Lataha. Hamatazarayim. Hakak. Lahapayim. Hamapyim. Hakak. Arukawa. Atama Allah. The Garishan. Bahashem Yahawashi. The water Arman. And in the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it.
And the blessings, Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Matah Zabiyah. Allah Wapyahana. Ha Alawapyam. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwatazayanyam. Ha Kalayayam. Wa Akwapyam. Yahweh. Wa Hashem Yahawashi. The water Arman.
And in the English, bless you Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yohana. The general. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121. Asha Ayanya. Al-Hahayim. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Isaiah. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Wa'aratazah. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamaka. Hanala'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamah. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamaka. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tzalka,
Zalka,
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yam-Yanka,
Yum-Yunka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashemash,
La'ayakayaka,
Ayakayaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Belayala,
Yala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamaka,
Yashamaka,
Makal Rai,
Makal Rai,
Yashama,
Yashama,
Afnapashka,
Afnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashama,
Yashama,
Taza Afka,
Taza Afka,
Wabawa Aika,
Wawa Aika,
Ma'aika,
Ma'aika,
I will love.
I will love.
Aman.
Aman. In the English. I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills.
unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it. Psalm 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Al Damayalaka.
Al Damayalaka,
Al Bakarash.
Alpha Karash,
Al Fashakwat.
Alpha Shakwat,
Al
Al
Kayahana.
Ayahana,
Awab Yaka.
Awab Yaka,
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka.
Al Ayamaka,
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Ira Yumwa,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayata Yawa Aitazawa.
Wa'afa Yawa Aitazawa,
Al Tazar Pawanyaka.
Altazar Pawanyaka,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanyakakidam.
Wanakakida,
Magaya.
Magaya,
Wala Ayazaka.
Wala Ayazaka,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala,
Iwada.
Iwada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa.
Nawa Aitazawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka,
Waya.
Waya,
Yakawakwa.
Yakarakwa,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Adawam.
Adawam,
Wa Yashima Alayam.
Wa Yashma Alim,
Mawa Abba.
Mawa Abba,
Wahagayam.
Wahagayim,
Gabal.
Gabor,
Wa Imawan.
Wa Imawan,
Wa Imalak.
Wa Imalak,
Palishak.
Palashak,
Imishabya.
Imishabya,
Tazawa.
Tazawa,
Gum Ashawa.
Gum Ashawa,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Iman.
Ayman,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Zarawai.
Arawai,
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aishalaham.
Aishalahum,
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan,
Kasaya Surah.
Kasaya Surah,
Banakal.
Banakal,
Kayabyan.
Kayabyan,
Banakal.
Banakal,
Fayashwan.
Payashwa,
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa,
Bayanda Ra'ah.
Bayanda Ra'ah,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
La Adama.
La Adama,
Shayatamwa.
Shayathamwa,
Nadaya Bawa.
Nadajab Mawa,
Ka'ira.
Ka'ira,
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak,
Wakatazalmanai.
Wakatazam Manai,
Kauna Sayakamwa.
Kauna Sayakamwa,
Asha.
Asha,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Nayabasha.
Nayabasha,
Nanawa.
Nanawa,
Ah.
Ah,
Na'awa.
Na'awa,
Alahayam.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa.
Shayathamwa,
Kagalgala.
Kagalgala,
Kakwash.
Kakwash,
Lapanya Raka.
Lapanya Raka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Taba'aya Yara.
Taba'aya Ara,
Wakalaba.
Kalaba,
Balahat.
Salahat,
Hayam.
Hayam,
Khan.
Khan,
Dabadakma.
Paradapma,
Wasa Iraka.
Basa Iraka,
Wabasawa Paska.
Wabasava Papka,
Fabalaham.
Kabalaham,
Mala'a.
Mala'a,
Hanyaham.
Panyaham,
Kwalawan.
Palawan,
Wayabakwashwa.
Ayabakwashwa,
Shamka.
Shamka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Yabashwa.
Bashwa,
Wayaba Awa.
Wayaba Alwa,
Aida Ay.
Ayai,
Wayakapawa.
Wayakapawa,
Waya Abadwa.
Waya Abadwa,
Waya Aiwa.
Waya the Iwa,
Kaya Ata.
Kaya Atha,
Shamka.
Shamka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Labadka.
Balka,
All you one.
Al Yuwan,
Alkaha Aratza.
Alkaha Aratza,
Aman.
Aman. In the English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against
thy
hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarene, Gabor and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Horeb, and like Zayeb. Yea, all their princes as Zabal, and as Zalmunna. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth for wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded, and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High, over all the earth. So be it. Curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses, and punishments and destruction, to the heathen, that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the schools. Send evils and curses, and punishments and destruction, to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel, that refuse to give to the schools. Force their riches, to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishments and destruction, to the Edomites, and the nation, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airways, the cable access channel, and the radio channel, convict the spirit of any of thy people, that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction, to all the heathen, that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief, and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel, come down with the flying saucers.
Come down with the flying saucers.
And punish all the heathen.
And punish all the heathen.
That come up against us.
That come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that have done it.
That it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake thy coming.
Cause them to shake thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it. With the blessed Israel, send loved ones in your mind. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Barak Kanawa.
Barak Kanawa.
Wayasha Allah.
Wayashra Allah.
Wahabaya.
Wahabaya.
Sapaya.
Sapaya.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
The word of Aman.
The word of Aman.
And what we just said was, Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless your shield. Protect our loved ones in the name of Jesus. Thank you. And so be it.
With that.